Hello Aeronauts, welcome to another video. Today we're going to explain personalities in Loomian Legacy. Now this is kind of be a tentative guide on how the personalities work in the game. It's a little bit of digging that I did. I don't think I've seen anyone else really look into it. I think I Eat Your Face has been doing a lot of research on this stuff and he's probably gone into more depth than I have, but this is my initial look, so it's just stuff that's going to be on my channel. So if you want some more in-depth stuff, I would ask him as well. So just in case he finds something that maybe I'm not saying correctly, but this is basically what I've been finding. So I broke it down to every personality that I could find. I got about 15 boxes worth of Loomians, and this is the amount of personalities I've found. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 personalities. 12 of them actually do stuff. One of them does nothing. The one that does nothing is indifferent. Doesn't affect any of the attack stats or defense, special attack, special defense, speed, energy, or hit points. In fact, nothing else actually impacts hit points at all in this game. So there's nothing that impacts with any of the personalities affect hit points, which I found to be pretty interesting because you would think that you would find that in the Pokemon universe. But there is stuff that does impact energy. Energy is impacted negatively by Dull, which is represented by a yellow color, which is represented in the game as well. And Hyper actually improves energy in the game. So if you have a Hyper Pokemon, that means you have a bonus to your energy. So what it looks like in the game itself, the game accompanies one good stat with a negative stat, kind of like how Adamant would work, where Adamant boosts up your attack, but actually lowers down your special attack. So I found that to be pretty interesting, and I'm going to keep looking a little bit more into it. So I got a little bit more of a synergistic look at it. This was my initial graphical look, but here we go. This is something that I kind of wrote out a little bit on my own. Get it on the screen. So I don't know if you guys can see this, but we got it all broken down. We're Hyper. This is all the positives. So everything that's green is a positive personality accompanied with a negative personality. So if you have a positive energy and if you have Dull, you get a positive. They don't go together, but these both mean energy. So if you have energy, it'll be a positive for Hyper, but a negative for Dull. If you're an attack, then it will lead to a positive Brawny, but a negative Frail. If your defense is affected by it, then it'll impact by positive Robust, but negative Tender, and so on. So special defense is it. If it increases, or actually this is supposed to be special attack. One sec. So this is actually supposed to be special attack, and this is supposed to be special defense. But they don't actually call them special defense or special attack. It just looks like a different version of attack and defense. But in this case, we're going to call them special attack, special defense. So Smart improves your special attack, whereas Clumsy lowers your special attack. Clever will improve your special defense, but Foolish will actually lower your defense. Nimble will increase your speed, but Sluggish will actually lower your speed, which actually makes sense. If you're nimble, you're quick. If you're sluggish, you're slow. If you're clever, you'll have a better special defense. If you're foolish, you'll mess up. I feel like the personalities definitely correlate with the stats pretty well, and I actually liked that. I thought that was pretty funny. Brawny means you have a stronger attack. If you're frail, you're weak. You don't have a good strong attack. If you're Hyper, you have a lot of energy. Dull, you don't have a lot. Makes sense. But the combination, let's say that you have now this is something I want to break down on my own to see what combos work together, or what you'll see. So let's say that you have a Brawny Clumsy. So you have a attack and a lower special attack. What I've noticed is you won't have the same. If they're both energy, you won't see them together. So I won't see a Hyper Dull personality Pokemon or Loomian, or I won't see a Brawny Frail Loomian. I don't think that's a thing that can exist. That might go along the same way as what indifferent is. Maybe that's what indifferent is. If you have two of the same, they're indifferent. It's either or, neither or. So that's just what I found in terms of personalities in the game itself. And you could check right here if you want to check yourself. Go to Snowshowbot. Let's go to Battle, or no, it's right here. Dull and Clever. So Dull, as we know, doesn't have a lot of energy. So it should be a yellow on the screen. Yes. Clever means you have strong special defense, if I remember from the game. Yes, you have a strong special defense. So the green means it's a positive to your stat, and whereas yellow means a negative to your stat. So that's what personalities to me is broken down into. If you guys want to see that table, I'll try to post it on my Twitter as well, and then you could just take a screenshot of the screen for that table to help you realize which one is the right personality you'll want. So depending on if this is, let's say that's our Snow Cub is actually supposed to be an attack defensive character, so you're gonna want a bonus to your defense or your attack, but you want these two stats to probably be lowered, right? So you'd want a brawny clumsy. I don't know, I can't remember what clumsy was, but anyways, you could also get really lucky. Now this is something that's interesting, I haven't seen this yet, but you could have one that's just solely by itself. I don't understand how that works. You can have one, I think you can, I haven't seen one that's where it's just simply only positive or only just negative. I've only seen just positive so far. I wonder if there's a way for it to only just be negative. So this one only has one personality, which I think is rare in this game. I'm not 100% certain. I have about 15 boxes worth of Loomians, and this is the only one that I've been able to see that only has one of that personality. I might be wrong. I probably didn't double check everything, but this is the first time I've seen just one nimble, and that's a bonus to your speed. Now, what if there was one that was sluggish? Then would that be a negative to your speed? Well, that's just a trash Pokemon, right? Unless that's one that you want to be slow. I'm not sure. I think having one personality is actually just amazing. Maybe that's the ideal Loomian you want. So that's what you'd probably be breeding for if you're breeding for Loomians, is that you want one that just has that you only want benefits, right? But you know, you never know if something in the game or some mechanic in the game will want you to have a negative of another. So I don't know, it's something to think about. There's definitely some different kinks that you have to think about in this game, and that I'm trying to break down myself. I'm going to look a little bit more into the IVs and EVs in the game, or as we now will know them as UP and TP, whereas UP could go up to 40 in its initial stat, whereas IVs can only go up to 31 in one stat. So that's going to be a little bit different to try to get a hold of. I thought it was interesting that there was no personalities for hit points, so that one threw me for a loop for a little bit. But anyways, guys, let me know in the comments if you guys have anything that you guys have found, or if someone else has found it. If maybe there is a personality on hit points, I just didn't get lucky with the 15 boxes that there was no hit points in there. So if you guys find one, let me know. Hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to hit that like button, hit that sub button, turn on the notification bell, and I'll see you guys next time. Aaronautical sign up. Later, guys.